Lumberjack Logic Live. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. So excited to be with you. And as always, so excited to share the news with you, fine people. I, I just can't get over how good things are getting. We're seeing constant exposure. Trump is solving the world's problems, and he's not even president. I'm giddy about this. And we were constantly told how he was the guy who would have you just put his hand on the nuclear button and all this crap, and they thought he was unhinged. And the only thing that's happening is world peace is breaking out. I mean, you guys have seen the reports, right, on all the stuff going on there. I've talked about it before, but I mean, and even places like New York City, where the illegals were so welcome, now they're changing their policies there. Mayor Adams is changing his policies, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm not here to talk about Hamas getting defunded, the militants in the sea saying, oh, it was just defensive action. We'll pull out now. Putin and Zelensky talking about peace deals. Elon Musk joining the call. All of it. I mean, it's just amazing. What I want to talk about today are two really big stories that are exposing the feds in ways. I mean, it's beautiful. One is in court. The other, the Daily Wire broke this story. But how many of you guys have heard about what happened with FEMA in response to the hurricane victims? How many of you heard about that? And while I watch the chat, I just want to mention my sponsor, Verity Metals. That's veritymetals.com, or call them at 480-717-9081. Again, that's 480-717-9081. You will be able to talk to the owner, Matt Geiger, there. Get yourself some pressure. If we get off, I mean, I'm telling you, folks, I mean, if there's one thing that excites me about the current administration and what's going on, I was trying, here, like you can get some of these Silver Eagles, get like a tube of these Silver Eagles or something. But if there's one thing that really excites me about Ron Paul talking to the Trump administration, people, I mean, we could actually get back to a gold standard, and gold and silver will go up then. Getting off fiat currency, do you guys understand just how big that would be? I mean, like, seriously, no fake money anymore? Everything backed by gold and silver? Did you hear Russia's going to start buying oil in US dollars again? Good night. The US dollar is becoming the reserve currency, but they're talking about ending the Fed. What does that mean? I mean, what would be the only other option? Gold and silver back, man. I'm telling you, this is exciting. It's all so exciting. I just can't get over this. But here, I mean, so some of you have heard about what's going on. So the other one is a court case. And those of you who followed my channel, this has been going on for years. It's Missouri v. Biden. More discovery is breaking out of that case. I also want to mention something that I find really odd. Right now in the U.S. Senate race in Arizona, Kari Lake has 1.257 million votes. Kamala Harris has 1.23 million. Now, what's interesting also is in the presidential race, Jill Stein grabbed 12,000 votes, the Green Party candidate. But get this, the Green Party candidate in the Senate race has pulled about 54,000 votes. Does this make sense to anybody out there? In an election like this, where Donald Trump is dominating in Arizona, that all of a sudden Kari Lake gets more votes than Kamala and can't pull off a victory? This is weird. As something is going on. I don't know fully what's going on in Arizona, but something's weird down there right now, folks. Fortunately, Turning Point USA is doing ballot curing, and you can reach out to them. They need more. There's only a day or two left on that. And you can cure ballots even if you're not in Arizona via phone. That means you can go take these ballots and make sure that they're actually assigned to those people. And right now, the Republicans are winning in that battle down there. It's really unusual that they are. But let me see. I'm going to go to this piece first. So I want to talk a little bit about the FEMA situation. So this, I mean, it's right on their message. Right on their message. So this gal from FEMA, she ordered the staff to avoid homes with Trump flags, and she has now been relieved of duty. Okay? So Marnie Washington ordered her staff to avoid assisting homes with Trump flags following a recent hurricane. So FEMA discriminated against Trump supporters. If they had a Trump flag, you're not supposed to get help. I mean, folks, can you think of anything more evil? You're in a disaster. FEMA, which is funded by all Americans through their tax dollars, is being told to avoid Trump supporters' homes. Can you see just how rotten to the core this is? I mean, can you? Can you actually, I mean, does this piss you off as bad as it pisses me off? Because this is nuts. This is next level nuts, okay? This is a weaponized federal government, not only against Donald Trump, but a weaponized government against the citizens of the United States of America when government agencies withhold assistance simply because of who they support politically. That is the biggest bunch of crap I've ever seen in my life. Smash that like if you would. Help get this story out. This is disgusting. If this is a bridge too far, I think, even for most liberals. Don't you think? I mean, think of all these Democrats who still exist. I live up on the Iron Range in Minnesota. There are still Democrats up here who just vote Democrat because they voted Democrat their whole life. But this kind of stuff, this would piss them off. Whoo! I'm worked up, folks. All right. I'll try and calm down for you. Sorry. All right. I just, whistleblowers say that relief workers were told it was best practice to pass over houses advertising Trump. Their workers would enter into the system that they made no contact with the residents, blaming the directive. And then they said Trump sign, no contact per leadership. One worker says it wasn't what he signed up for. I thought we could go help and make a difference. This is a worker in the federal government said this. I thought we could go help and make a difference. When we got there, we were told to discriminate against people. It's almost unbelievable to think that somebody in the federal government would think that's okay. Well, let's just help this worker out, because I'm telling you, if you haven't seen the political prosecution of conservatives and the J6ers and so on, people, some of these people, they just don't know. It's like they've been just listening to too much CNN or MSNBC. We are the news now, people. Make no joke about it. You people turning into alternative media sources and finding out the real scoop on stories like this and getting a different perspective are what won Donald Trump the election. The leftist media is freaking out about it all the time right now. They are literally freaking out 24/7. They are going on talking about how, oh gosh, conservatives developed this ecosystem in which we could not win because people were listening to all these alternative sources like podcasts, and we just haven't done a good job of that. No, nice, Sherlock. Remember when they could never come up with a Rush Limbaugh? Do you guys remember Rush? Absolutely far and away the best at this, okay? I do not compare, okay? But Rush Limbaugh, I mean, I remember I would be going out on sales calls and I wouldn't even want to get out of the car because I was waiting with bated breath to what Rush was going to say next. He just could tell a story, weave it so well, but they never were able to come up to a counter to that. You remember, like they tried to start all these liberal talk stations, liberal talk radio, and it never took off because they suck at it. They suck at it. They had no good ideas. See, here's the thing. In a meritocracy, the best ideas rise to the top. The difference with the regular media ethos is you were just limited to a few cable news channels or the three main ones, and then that's what you were stuck with. So there wasn't that meritocracy. There wasn't that crazy competition like there is on the internet. It's the Wild West, and they're not ready for it. A FEMA official told reporter Leif Lemahu, we were aware of it and we were taking action at this moment regarding the situation that you're talking about. And FEMA, is saying they're horrified, deeply disturbed, all this kind of stuff. But these are the people who are appointed in the federal government to these positions. Okay, that's what's going on there. So she is gone now. She has been let go. But here's my problem. Here's my problem. That's not justice, okay? Seriously, it's not. All it is somebody losing their job, which should obviously happen. But when you have the public trust and the public funds and you do something like that, that's a crime, is it not? Isn't that a crime? Shouldn't she be prosecuted for an actual crime for doing something like that? Okay. I completely 100% think that it's not just that she needs to be fired. And I'm not saying she needs to be in prison for 20 years or anything like that. But I am saying that she does need to be prosecuted and she at least needs this on her record. And she does need to pay a fine. She needs to actually experience something as a result of this. Okay. I know I heard about the lineman not getting paid too. But I'm going to stick to my main stories here, folks. Again, please smash that like. Let's get this stream over 3,000 people. It'll happen. And please do sign in with where you're from. That chat rate really helps out. Okay. I don't want to get distracted here. Okay, here's my big one. Okay. Folks, I love this. So you guys know I've been talking about this case for forever. It's Missouri v. Biden. It is because of the judge in Missouri v. Biden. Okay, that's Terry Doty. And this is I believe he's a judge in Louisiana. Yeah, it's Monroe, Louisiana, where he's out of. But here's the thing you need to understand with Missouri v. Biden. This is where he found out that Facebook colluded with the government to censor people on COVID. And this is where we found out that that very mechanism, that algorithm that they set up was also utilized against Joe Biden unknowingly to them because he was talking about jabs all the time. So it basically downgraded jab posts. And then their account wasn't growing. And then they freaked out and they were cussing out the fake. It's all in emails. We got it all because of discovery in Missouri v. Biden. Well, guys, get this. The judge just opened up more discovery in Missouri v. Biden. Okay? Just happened. It was just ordered here the other day. Now, here's what I'm going to give you guys a real funny line. So this is, what page is this in the order? I'm not sure. By the way, if you really want a good follow on this, Tracy Beans on X, my X account, my X handle is down below. Go there. I only follow a few hundred people on X simply because I have to keep a cleaner news feed because that's what I'm using it for, is to find news to get out to you people. But I want you to understand that Tracy Beans, I follow her, so you can find her in my follows. It's a great list of people to follow. But if you go over there, she's got all these court orders right there. But this is the best line. Listen to this. I cannot believe that you put this in. Okay. Rather than reach the merits, the Supreme Court held that plaintiffs here failed to show sufficient for a preliminary injunction. So we were all disappointed when there wasn't the injunction. Okay. Accordingly, our judgment was vacated and the case was remanded back to our jurisdiction for further, listen now, for further proceedings consistent with the Supreme Court's opinion. Missouri v. Biden, and then Fifth Circuit 2024. Charged with this mandate, we now consistently proceed, burdened by what has been. Let me read out again, folks. Do you guys get the humor in this? I hope you do. I hope you do, because this was so funny. Again, charged with this mandate, we now consistently proceed, burdened by what has been. So we asked the parties whether further jurisdictional discovery limited to the issue of standing could aid this court's evaluation of its continuing jurisdiction over the case, or alternatively, whether dismissal is appropriate. Unsurprisingly, plaintiffs responded in favor of discovery or amendment, whereas defendants responded in favor of dismissal. Now we rule, okay? So anyhow, it goes on, but they got more discovery in Missouri versus Biden. It's limited discovery, but we are going to find out more about how your government worked against you to collude with big tech and censor Americans and their free speech rights. So don't think that it was just Facebook doing this or just YouTube. I mean, I've read the emails. I mean, I can't go back and do all this again, but I mean, you guys know that I have read the emails on this. They were communicating with YouTube, was actually bragging about reducing this content spread by 75%. Okay. And Facebook was acting like a redheaded stepchild getting berated with Effenheimers by the government officials. It's absolutely wild, but man, they are burdened by what has been now, according to the court. I mean, this is so good. This is so good. These wins are so delicious, people. I mean, if you don't get how good this stuff is, I don't know what to do for you. I do not know what to do for you. I mean, I'm serious. I cannot stand all this winning. I mean, good night, folks. Do you get this? Do you really get this? Because people, we have lived under the tyranny of the swamp for the last 4 years, hiring more IRS agents, 87,000 of them, to prosecute you as American citizens while they allow unvetted illegal immigrants to pour across our border, causing an epidemic of fentanyl that's beyond belief. And instead of going after those people, they go after American citizens. Okay? It's absolutely sick. Whew. I get so worked up, folks. I know. I'm sorry. I mean, I should just deliver the news, like, well, in another episode that happened today in the court system in Missouri v. Biden in the federal courts, we now see that, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just not that guy. I mean, I feel this with every fiber of my being. I feel this call for our country to return to freedom with every fiber of my being. I so badly want our America back. Okay. And I want a just, hey, Michael, good to see you on. I saw that. Michael Fugit, by the way, folks, a good friend of mine, and also edits up my short videos. And has edited some other great content for me before, and we've worked together on other video projects. So give Michael a shout out on there. But I have kids. I have 7 kids, okay? And I do not want them to have to continue to live in this hellscape that has been created by these people who lie and lie and lie and then tax us more and everything. I just want our country back, okay? Guys, listen to this. Michael, you're out in California. You'll find this interesting. The bomb threat, okay? From this morning, breaking bomb threat at vote counting center in Orange County. Ballots for 3 undeclared U.S. House seats still being counted. Okay, a bomb threat was reported at the Orange County Election Counting Center on Friday night. Numerous U.S. House seats are still open across the nation. In Orange County, election workers are still counting ballots for 3 open seats. Now, folks, what are the feds going to tell us? Where did these bomb threats come from? Folks, who do you think made these bomb threats? Okay, who do you think the feds are going to tell us made these bomb threats? And while you're guessing that, really quickly want to mention my other sponsor, MyPillow, MyPillow.com, folks. Promo code Lumberjack. You get to save big money. You get to support this show. You get to support the greatest election integrity warrior of all time, Mike Lindell, who, by the way, got machines outlawed, banned in one county. I'll do a separate video on that, but it's a huge story, okay? And it's finally starting. Yeah, exactly. Iran or Russia. I'm sure it's going to be Russia. Russia probably called in these bomb threats. But here's the thing. Donald Trump's going to be the next president. We need to win all these House races. Smash that like if you would again, please. Okay. Why don't we know the results of these House races? Why is it that some jurisdictions in California only have half the vote counted? Why are we still waiting on the Arizona Senate race? Why? I thought these machines were the answer to all of our woes. They're supposed to be so fast and efficient, and people can't possibly count that fast by hand, but these machines are the answer. That's what they keep telling us. It's bull crap. Anyways, worked up, man. I'm watching this news, and I'm just seeing again, folks, all the wins that are coming across. Seriously? Did you hear that Europe is going to buy their LNG from us now again? Yeah, I just can't. Trump is not even president. He's the president-elect. We've got Europe buying LNG, Putin talking peace, Hamas on retreat, Mexico saying, hey, guys, don't go across the border because they're afraid of our tariffs. He's not even president yet. This is incredible. It's like, Oh, God, thank you so much, Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. We are so back as Americans, Lord. Oh, God, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have answered our prayers. God, now bring revival to our land that America might be good again so we can truly be great. May you wipe the scourge of abortion from this nation, God. Lord, I just pray that our federal government gets downsized in a meaningful way. And God, I also pray that in no way, shape, or form does John Thune or John Cornyn get anywhere near becoming the Senate Majority Leader. I pray that all my listeners call their senators and tell them no to Thune or Cornyn. And since Scott's the only other one with his hat in the ring right now, let's just say yes to Scott out of Florida. And no to the secret ballot as well. We want to know where these people stand in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Folks, if you have not called your Republican senator yet and told him no to Cornyn or Thune, you need to. Email, call, do it all, okay? But tell them no to Cornyn or Thune and yes to Rick Scott. And we want an actual ballot. We do not want a secret ballot, okay? It's not hard. You just look them up online. Whoever your senator is, just look them up. It's easy. Call them. Okay. Now, look, I'm sitting here with Amy Klobuchar. Okay. It doesn't matter. My senators don't matter. They're not even involved in this. Okay. They're not going to vote for the Republicans. So it doesn't do any good for me to call mine. But if you're in a state with a Republican senator or two, you've got to call them. You got to tell them no way, no to these people. All right. We cannot have this. It'll kill all these great wins. Okay? All right. I love y'all. Keep fighting the good fight, all right? I got to take my kids and do some fun things with them today. All right? Peace out.